Welcome to Body Work.
Please fasten your seatbelts.
I had 11 Olympians and over 800 national champs. And all those men, they wouldn't do half the work that she do. And I'm seeing it from the young ladies. These last 2 years, when you think about it, all the good fights is coming from the women. The guys is ducking each other, looking for the easy way. I'm telling you like it is, you know? So again, you know, this young lady done did everything I asked of, and she did more. And I'm watching all the young ladies that's boxing now. It's like they trying to prove they better than men. Now, we knew they was kind of there, but now they showing that they mean. You know, in the old days in Philly, we call these guys crazy. And that's the way these women are. So when you go back home, speak nice to you.
Welcome to Body Work. Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Body Work Boxing. It feels so good to be back. Salute, salute. You know what I'm saying? It always feels good to see them numbers in the building. We've been stomping. We've been marching. We be building. We in the building. You know what I'm saying? There's so many names I can shout out, but you know what I like to do? I like to do that body work. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot going on. For one, Subriel Matias. And then thinking about it, you know what I'm saying? I was thinking, man, like, I started going back and looking, you know what I'm saying? Because Ashley Larry Lopez had me go back in the lab, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, man, 100 of them could be good. But if it's still one sheep out there lacking, man, I got to figure out what's going on. Maybe it's the soldier in me. And I realized that in life, man, there are people who take risks and people who are risk adverse. You know what I'm saying? And for the people in the back, yeah, we have a little class at first. I'm sorry if you don't like it. If you're allergic to learning, you might want to hit the door. Because I got something for you. You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking about it, and I said, man, there's certain fighters, man. And I was looking at, I just did something with my old head, man, a classic piece, man, talking about Anyway, man. If you haven't seen that, check it out. You know what I'm saying? We got, I think we like 61 videos in, and every single solitary one is a classic. And originally I wanted to have a faceless channel, but I'm going to bring all that delight on tonight. But let me digress, man. We was talking about Anyway, man. I'm thinking about throwback fighters, and I was thinking about something he said and how people were misconstruing his words about how us over here, he said, man, we don't like it to the face. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he spoke specifically to Fulton, but then he said their style, they don't like that Yo Mamito. You know what I'm saying? They don't like that, like in down there in Mexicano, they be saying that mano y mano. He trying to say that we don't like that. And then my boy Melazar Conseba had me up on the early morning chatting. I'm like, hey, he's like, yeah, man, like people don't understand that when it come down to counter punches, you know what I'm saying? It's like they don't seek to be hit, but they don't run. And I was thinking about old Subriel, and he said, chicken run. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, brought it all to light for me, man. And now he like a rooster in a hen house, man, because everybody is running for the gates. And I'm thinking, man, what separates him from the mediocre and the greats? In order to be great, you got to be able to take risks. That's what I was trying to tell my man Shakur, man. I said, man, you can box perfect. You cannot get hit and then hit whenever you want. We got it. Your hand-eye coordination is nice. It's up there with Floyd's. Your defense is nice. It's up there with Floyd's. But what separates you, you're risk averse. And what I'm saying is, like, in certain people's, like Tank is he's a risk seeker. But it's a calculated risk. We already know anybody who been in any large major city, you know what I'm saying? If you've been anywhere where it's a big metropolis and there's traffic going around, you already know a big truck coming down the street ain't gonna stop you from crossing that street. It's all about your timing. It's all about when you're willing to step out. If you're willing to get over to that other side and what you're willing to do to get over there. Those are the risk seekers. And we have those risk adverse. And I'm looking at all the qualities. I'm like, man, look, man, I was listening to something I seen with Subriel, and he basically said, look, man, same thing I was saying in the videos, never having talked to him, never having seen him, been in the room, on a video chat, nothing like that. I said, man, he's the type to where either you're going to take my cornbread, I'm going to take yours. You're going to knock my black off, or I'm going to knock off yours. Some Highlander shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's on. I see a lot of that in Tank. People say, oh, man, you can box. Well, what did Tank say out his mouth? He said, yeah, you can do all that boxing. You can do all that running. You can play all that chicken. Just know I'm coming. And I might have to take one to land one. This man, Subriel Matias, said, man, shoot, either you going to knock me out or I'm going to knock you out. It's either or. He don't even see it no other way. And that's him as a risk seeker. Mike, you like Mike, but like, okay, break it down. Okay, let me break it down for the people in the back. Risk averse. It's an adjective. Disciplined or reluctant to take risk. Risk averse investors. You know how they say scared money don't make no money? And if you ever been on that table, you already know what I'm talking about. If you ain't willing to roll them dice, it ain't no way you coming out. What's the difference between risk seeker and risk averse? Risk seeking confers a high degree of risk tolerance, or the amount potential losses an investor is willing to accept, in contrast with risk-seeking investors. Risk-averse investors seek low-risk investments and are willing to accept a lower rate of return because of the desire to preserve capital. Break it down, Mike. Devin, Haney, and Ryan Garcia. Prime example. Or do you see it? Can you believe it? Let me repeat. Risk-seeking confers to a high degree of risk tolerance. So you got a high degree of tolerance. That means you can withstand pain. It's going to be a lot that somebody's going to have to overcome to stop you from coming. Or the amount of potential losses an investor is willing to accept. Like, how much are you willing to lose? We see this in our everyday life, man. Sometimes, man, you can grab somebody, you can hit them in a real vulnerable spot. And it might just be in one of them spots where, man, I can't afford to lose that. That's why a lot of times out here, it's like if you got family and it's known, you can't afford for that to be known. Risk-averse investors seek low-risk investments and are willing to accept a lower rate of return. Why are they willing to accept a lower rate of return? And this is the key, my friend, because of the desire to preserve capital. That means if I understand that the risk going in is not that much and I'm willing to risk it all, and I know that more than likely I'm gonna win this, you know what I'm saying? But really, it's not because of how much I could gain, but how much I could preserve. Now, if you built yourself up like you was the baddest man on the planet, you in the mess hall with your chest out, people is holding pockets, you eating cornbread with another man's name on it, shame on him. Let me get down to the bottom line. Is being risk averse a weakness? Some industries value risk more than others, but often being cautious is a weakness that you can use to your advantage. And it's a misnomer, man. We heard Anyway speak to it, man. It's like, man, they think that over here we don't like getting hit in the face, because our whole idea of boxing is hit and not get hit, or not get hit and hit, however you want to saute it and use and sprinkle your semantics on it. But yes, you can win. Yes, your record can remain pristine. Yes, you cannot risk it all every time. And yes, you can come out unblemished. You like Tom Brady, you need a clean pocket. But oftentimes, like in life, it don't always work like that. You know what I'm saying? It don't always work like that. So, what separates the mediocres, the above averages, the good from the greats? They're willing to take risks. They're willing to take chances. Do I gotta remind you about Jermaine? Light-skinned Jermaine, had he just took a couple more chances, he would have got what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? He would have got the decision, but he wasn't willing to. He stuck to the game plan. He said, you know what? Because if I be cautious, I can just preserve myself as long as I don't take on too much damage. But the ones that's great, it ain't no denying them. It's either I'm gonna knock you out or you gonna knock me out. You know what I'm saying? We already know they give you cornbread and they give me cornbread, but we all know that all together they ain't enough to feed one man. And I need all of the cornbread, all of the titles. I want to show I'm a Highlander. I want to show and prove. And I think what we're seeing in this Subriel Matias latest move is that he bet on himself. Oh yeah, and it's a scratch off. It's a scratch off because we seeing 5 names. We seeing 5 names, and the only possible is the Devin Haney one. And I'm like, man, Liam Paro, Richardson, Hitchins, Jack Catterall, Regis Prograis, and Devin Haney is the big possible. I'm like, man. At first I was looking at it like, man, that was like everything that I was concerned for about the young man. I said, man, dang, he ain't gonna get his own. Man, that goddamn wolf ain't gonna be able to sink his motherfucking teeth into that sheep, man. I had already had Tank, you know what I'm saying, right there. I said, man, that's Devin Haney's fatal attraction. Then he went out there and got active on Regis. And I said, damn, is he growing up? Can I decide, like, what's going on? Then he started talking like he was in the mess hall with his chest out. And I'm like, oh, he entertaining Subriel Matias? He might be the real deal. He talking about seeing Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios. I'm like, okay, well, let him get it on with Subriel Matias. And then Subriel Matias turned into a librarian. And we didn't hear from the man. And then when we heard from the man, he was going to go fight somebody in Ryan Garcia that was just when he fought Tank, just not too long ago. I think that was like about April-ish. It was an exhibition. And I was like, hold on, I know this man is not going to forego legacy in the form of unification to fight little old Ryan. The one who said, they said he had the taco shell, not the Philly shell, the taco shell. He gonna leave Senator Martin waiting. I mean, we know the clock is ticking. We know that Mando ain't up yet, so we give you a little wiggle room. But man, dang, I think ain't getting no credit. So I was looking at it like, okay, I'm optimistic. You know what I'm saying? I like to look at things in a positive light. And I said, yikes! Subriel Matias bet on himself. He going over there and saying, look, man, I'm quartering the block. You know what I'm saying? If I can't have this one over here at PBC, I'm going to go over there and lock down 2 out of 3. How about that? So maybe I could go ahead and I could have whatever's moving and shaking over here. I'm in the mess hall with my chest out. If you want it, you can come get it. If you're over there on the zone. If you with Matron. If you participate on the zone and you want something, I'm here. I can do it either way. Holler at me. And Eddie, you know what I'm saying? I always say, go back and look at the videos. I always talk about the tale of 2 Eddies, man. The man got a silver tongue, man. The man know how to put on the venues. The man came over in America, regardless of what you want to say. Whether or not they lost money, that's a whole nother thing. Whether or not the bank got robbed, that's not what I'm here for on today. The man can promote a fight. Yeah. The man knows talent when he see it. He's acquired a lot of talent. He acquired Demetrius Andrade, and Demetrius Andrade got mean. You want payday. I know that. You're a horrible fighter. They aged the man now. He never put his hands on Triple G. G's Louise. He never got to see Canelo. Stop me when I'm lying. Then I look at Richardson Hitchins and I'm like, dang, he just made a move when him and Catterall got out of line to fight Subriel Matias. They got out of line. Okay, cool. business moves. Catterall, he summed that up. He had unfinished business with Josh Taylor because, yes, he got pickpocketed. I would say so. I concur. Okay, cool. No harm, no foul. Gustavo Lemos is on the table for Richardson Hitchins. And if you are going to go against a power puncher, Gustavo is going to bring that work if you want that. Tailor-made for your style and all that. And it ain't a title. But yeah, he in the running. I give you credit. You made a business decision. You're not ready. You rather come in another different direction. Okay, cool. It is what it is. You my man, so I ain't gonna harpoon the well. I'm not gonna act like I don't see it though. Okay, cool. But you might get a Regis and Hitchins, and then Regis, you kind of need it, but it's like, man, now they gonna discredit you because he lost to Josh Taylor and he looked bad against a gorilla, and Devin Haney came in and they treated him like a gorilla, man. And he had all the advantages. And he saw him off a bad performance. And it's the same thing that happened with JoJo Diaz, and the same thing that happened to Linares, and the same thing that happened to Gamboa, and it's always the same story. And I'm like, dang. I be blacking out. I'm trying to figure out, it's all about legacy, it's all about money, because the cash cow, man, it don't matter who you put in there, knocking their ass out. Everybody say they want it, but they don't be acting like it. He's a risk taker. He'll take that risk. Anyway, he's a risk taker. He'll take that risk. And that's what separates the great from the goods down to the mediocres. So we ain't going to entertain what's going over there with Ryan and Devin. Not here. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what you're here for, you can. This ain't the show for you. This probably ain't the place for you. We all about that legacy. And I believe that what Subriel Matias just showed us, that he just grabbed he reached down in his pantalones and he grabbed his cojones and he said, look, I'm locking down the zone. If anything on Golden Boy, holler at me. I'm in the mess hall with my chest out. And sadly enough, my old head came out and broke it down. He said, man, listen, when it come down to Subriel Matias, he said he's going to be defending his titles. He said, yeah, and even though everybody want to unify, he said, yeah, that's cool and fine, but just not with Matias. I said, yeah, salute. I got 2 ears and 1 mouth. And I heard that. I listened. I'm like, damn, he's spitting. It's like, it's all gonna be title defenses, man. All of a sudden, Subriel got the cooties, man. And I didn't see nothing new. And I know everybody hyped about this and this and that. It's just like, you know, I didn't really hear. I already know, man. That real recognized real, man. I didn't have to sit down and see what was going on. I called it before I saw it. And it's still an asterisk beside Devin Haney, man. That's why it's my job and I don't want to see you get Androided, man. I don't want to see you get Richardson Hitchins, man. Because Devin Haney should have been on the hook. Another title should have been on the hook. Somewhere, somehow. I know you got your bread. I know that he basically betting on himself. And that's what I commend, because this is what they call betting on yourself. This is what they call stepping out on good faith, believing in yourself, not knowing what's going to be on the other end. You have a baseline, a foundation, and most time when you step out on your faith, you're going to make it. Because you don't understand, like, not making it, not believing, not willing to take that risk, not willing to turn over that stone. That's not going to be in your DNA. Why? Because you cut from a different cloth. You cut from a different cloth. You're not built like everybody else. You willing to risk the biscuit. and it drew me back. It drew me back. I'm going to bring it all back, man. I remember when I was in the Army, man. And I don't even tell these stories, but I remember I was in the Army, man. I was in air assault school, man. And you know, I was young and dumb, man. I left the house at 17. If you're in the Army, you could be 17, because you're in the Army on post, you could actually purchase alcohol. But I went through air assault class, and you know what I'm saying? It was like, shoot, like the people I rolled with, I was the unwitting ruler. You know what I'm saying? I was the one that led everything. Went out and had a good night, but I was in training. And this is just being young. You know what I'm saying? When you're in your early 20s and you just out, you know what I'm saying? I left at 17. I didn't know anything. So I go and I'm like, dang, I gotta get up. I'm on training. I'm up on top of a tower now. And they teaching us how to rappel from a tower. I get up to the top. So I looked up. He said, oh, somebody had a good night last night. And I looked up. I looked right in his eyes. I was like, yes, Sergeant. He was like, all right, go ahead and go down. And I was like, on rappel. And I was waiting for that on belay. As soon as he was like, go ahead, I just went ahead and zipped on down the line. But a risk taker. A risk taker. You know what I'm saying? A risk taker. Yes, when it was young. Yes, because I've never touched foot inside of a jail cell. I've never been arrested. I have no criminal record. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to my mom. She taught me about consequences and repercussions, but that don't mean that when I got out there and I was by myself, I didn't bump my head on that brick wall. I took risks, but I can live to tell stories that nobody else can. And if you don't seek the moment in your own hands and you don't grab the bull by the horns, you're gonna be having the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And that's what I respect about Subriel Matias. He's grabbing the bull by the horns. He's stepping out on faith. He's gonna get down. He's gonna knock down all them names. I just hope that it's gonna lead him to actually being able to unify, and not just defend his titles. And that's my piece on that. That's my piece on that. And I just wanted to get all of that out the way. And I really heard that the best way to go for somebody like myself was to have a faceless channel. It feels so good to be back. Holla at me. What's going on? Is this how I gotta do it? Huh? You never know what you're gonna get over here. You just never know. Holla at me. Oh man, you never know what you're gonna get over here. Body work. Let me catch up on these comments. And I want your feedback, man. Did the man bet on himself? Is he gonna get a shot at the title? Huh? I thought I'd mess y'all up too much, man, if I really went faceless, man. I try to bring real things to life. I like to have fun, man. Always push the envelope. How y'all feeling, man? And I'm feeling good, man. We reaching some new levels, man. We actually taking it somewhere where not this soon. I didn't see it, especially the route that I took. I ain't see it, man. I ain't see us doing it like that. But let me go back up to the comments, y'all. Y'all know how I do, man. I like to get my little thing. I like to get my thing off, man, so that we can build on what I said. You know what I'm saying? Josh Lime, let's go. Champion Sports Boxing, salute body work in chat. Josh Line, what up, bro? Holla at me, Ghost. I expect him to get the likes of Hitchins, Regis, Paro, and maybe Pitbull if he wins, since the De La Hoya and Eddie have been doing lots of fights together lately. I hope so. But you still ain't seeing the name that I know he need, man. And salute also body work. Salute Ghost. Salute Champion Sports Boxing. Yeah, that would be an interesting fight with Pitbull both going forward. Yeah, the 300 getting it in. Yo, Matias said Barbosa record looks beautiful because he wants to make every undefeated fighter feel what he felt when he lost his O. Just thought I lived that there so people can see where his mental is. Yeah. He willing mentality. Yeah, I got you. We got you. I think we understood. Yeah, that was hard. Agler and Hearns era was the best. No ducking smoke. Subriel is a throwback fighter. Don't forget Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray, Dog. Yes, Ghost. Arnaldo Nieves, salute. Body work with the Puerto Rico flag. Selective boxers ain't no real boxers. They playing it safe. That's why I want to talk about risk and risk averse. They all playing Mayweather's wannabe. That's what I'm saying. They're not willing to do what Mayweather did, and they trying to claim it, but they're not doing what he did, man. But Mayweather was not ducking. This is boxing, not ballet. Luis Diaz with that body work, whether you run or not. Get in the ring, bro. That's right. Salute Arnaldo. I gotta get my locks. I'm all twisted around. I had to go faceless on y'all, you know what I'm saying? I might come on and start going faceless. What y'all think? I think I might have spooked somebody out. Frontline salute. Not everyone is built that way. Yeah. I appreciate all this, man. Y'all showing out, man. I see these numbers. Y'all are like, ooh, we need to come out more often. Salute, Ghost. Hey, y'all get along, man. You know what I'm saying? Subriel make you quit. Matias. Felix Rivero. Salute. Matias asked the PBC promoter to give him all the 140 they got, and they came back in contrast with a bunch of 147 and 154. Talking about keeping Rolly safe. Jeez Louise. Matias knows no one at 40 fucking with him. High risk, low reward. So he takes whatever offers make sense and bets on them. He betting on himself, man. T.O. got Bob Arum covering his by not offering Matias and guaranteeing a T.O. fight. That's what I said, man. He said he wasn't interested in fighting nobody over there, and they couldn't guarantee him a T.O. fight. I said, man, is it all smoke and mirrors? Jeez. Salute everyone. Puerto Rican power back in the building. Salute my brother Hector Cases. Victor Colon, you are the man. Body work. Ryan Endeavor, Devin boxing. Yes, they gets no attention from the kid. Salute to the youngest but most realest channel. Body work 100. Brooklyn Knight in the building. El Cotto. Salute. Oh man, y'all made me feel good, man. Nancy Santiago, Matias is a beast. Tell me something I don't know. Yikes. Pipes will bust. When Matias puts that pressure on fighters, they won't be able to handle it for 12 rounds unless they willing to die. 10 times 10. Bronx OG on deck. Salute. Oh, man. Bing bang. Real talk. Matias in the mess hall with his chest out. You already know, man. They holding pockets and eating cornbread. He eating everybody cornbread. Like, who said you could have some cornbread? Hello, brother. Thank you for your support. Subriel Matias team. Jose Lopez. Salute. We got to keep the pressure, man. We got to keep the pressure on, man. We got to bring the attention. We got to keep the pressure on what's real, and we got to starve the fake. I'm not playing. That's why y'all here. To me, Subriel Matias made the right decision. Matchroom Boxing and Eddie Hearn. He got the most options. Like anybody over there, you already can say anybody on over there or attached or affiliated, they're gonna have some what they call some splaining to do. If don't nothing happen and they over there. But I guarantee you, I think this man Devin Haney gonna skedaddle his ass back over there to ESPN as soon as he get done with Ryan, man. That's my worst fear. Because I don't want this man to just defend. I want him to be able to unify. That's why somebody else need to reach down in their pantalones and grab their cojones and go get another one of them straps or fork them over. Matias already beat them mentally. They running like they owe child support. Yikes. You don't want to be in that situation, boy. Last man standing in 140 pounds, Subriel Matias. Remains to be seen, but it's looking like it. It's looking like it remains to be seen. We got some things that gotta happen now. Some things gotta happen. Some people gotta get to scrapping, and even though there are dates and their bodies in the ring, we still gotta see the fights. Otherwise, we'll just go ahead and hand them all the titles and just give them all the money, and we'll never get to see it. Last time I was excited about another fighter. Last time I was excited about another fighter was like Ike Beabucci. Now, 24 years later, same style in Matias. Look out, boys and girls. We have a monster from Puerto Rico. Wow. Body work. Melazar, what's up? Champions. Body work. Cookie Monster, hey, body work. Arnaldo Nieves, shout out, body work. That's right. Tomorrow, Abraham Supernova will become our 5th champion. Hey, man, he got a tall task, man. We'll see. We shall see. Luis Diaz Haney is going to do whatever it takes not to get in the ring with Subriel. It's sad, man. That's why we're going to be here to document it the whole way. We present and accountable, man. We not falling for no bananas and no tailpipes. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know nothing about no bananas or no tailpipes. Yes, sir. Also, while like Matias, I did 20 years and I've been shot in the back. It made me stronger. I purchased a brand new 4-bedroom house, new truck, living the American dream. Salute, El Coto. That's what I'm talking about, man. Like, people be trying to say that, hey, sometimes it's the ones that been through, like, man, those of us who been through some things, bro, when we see somebody, and it's like what they say, what's understood don't need to be explained. It's just like that. Real recognize real. That's why we here. That's why we here. Ain't no other reason. That's why we here. You know what I'm saying? We already know the backdrop. We know he a real one. He trying to show us. He in the mess hall with his chest out. Hit the like button and subscribe. PR Boxing, salute. Yes, yes, yes. Lots of fighters in different divisions want to unify when the other champions were easy, but now at 140, nobody beside Matias want to unify because they know the boogeyman is there at 140. That's how I was looking. Keep up that good body work. Tomorrow will be Puerto Rican Power on MSG. We got a Mexican-Puerto Rican war in the main event, Nova and Foster. PR on the map. Salute to Gabriel Sanchez. Salute. He's going to have to go up and weight 147. He's also a beast, though. Yeah, but they need to allow him to be able to conquer at 40. Let's go, Alexander Ramos. PBC wants Matias to fight 147 and 54. Yeah, I seen that, man. Matias is overhyped. He will be another Lucas Matisse. Wow. T-Swagger La Panteria Negra. Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. Salute the Cookie Monster. I see you growing. Do your thing. Body work. Thanks for that chat, for that 2-piece. Good fighter, but overhyped. Oh, man. Supernova, way more complete boxer over Foster. Let's put the pressure on T.O. I got Matias beating T.O. by TKO in round 7. We got to hear from T.O., man, because From everything I seen, man, in this article I read, everything I'm seeing was that they wasn't going to guarantee that man anything. Running from Matias. Matias has too many flaws. I am from Puerto Rico. Matias promoter Juan Harango is scared, and Matias, he is well respected, not the dude to rip off. I believe it. That's why I said when Devin Haney with them was playing around, I'm like, you ain't playing with nobody that ain't willing to play with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you want to play them kind of games with them. No. That's how I already knew. The only thing I don't like from Nova is he would top rank. We gotta see him, man. We gotta see what's going on. Matias said in an interview that Bill a loudmouth and that his boss said what's up to send his son get retaliation, and to T.O. that he's dealing with a real man, not a kid to take the fight. Ike Abeabuchi versus David Tua, the best heavyweight bout I ever saw. I think they still hold the record for the most punches. Yeah, that was a brutal fight, man. That was a brutal fight, man. That's where you don't walk away. Whether you win or lose, you don't walk away the same from that kind of fight. Larry Lopez, I agree, body work. He has to show us. They all do, man. Subriel Matias, another Felix Tito, Trinidad, Legacy, Jose Lupe. Much love, body work, good work. Good fight card tomorrow. Foster the real deal. Let's go. I had the same prediction round 7 about KO. Larry, what's up, my son? You here to get that chat going again, I see. Oh, man. Larry Lopez don't know where he's standing right now. I like Nova and Foster. I like that fight. It's going to show us a lot. Ghost, now I'm going to fall back. T.O. very quiet nowadays. Yeah, Larry just come in to try to spice y'all up, man. If y'all leave him alone, man, let him get his off. Let him. I'm going to read him. I'm going to read what he say. We're going to give credence to what he say. He going to get his spotlight. Just let him blurt out his Tourette's. And then, you know, allow him to get that out. And then he'll go play, you know. That shit T.O. said about Puerto Rico 5, I'm not letting slide. T.O. Oh, man. Okay, well, I stopped that right here. Subriel Matias, El Orgullo de Martornillo. Translation means the pride of Martornillo. It's a barrio from the town of Fajardo in PR. The most dangerous barrio in Fajardo. You have to go with respect. Inside the ropes with Coach Mario. Yeah. I seen that. I've been practicing how to get that down and say it, man. I want to come down there. JDL Boxing, yo, what's good? I want to come down there and show no. I've been all over, man. I want to come down there and show no love. I really don't have no fear wherever I go. But I want to come down and see the fight, man, and have a good time, man. That's all. Nova is going to have a hard fight tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not all things Puerto Rico, you know what I'm saying? I mess with Subriel, but like Balanga, Nova, I'm not real high on them, you know what I'm saying? I do have my guys that I like Manuel Rodriguez, I do, but I'm not all things Puerto Rico, so I just want to make that clear too. S&M, Larry, let's get talk real boxing today. Body work, we had to put some pressure on. Haney ain't jumping in the ring unless the fans force him to. We got to keep that pressure. Somebody got to say it, because right now they're trying to build it up. They're trying to gaslight us. I wanted to go over risk versus risk adverse today, so we'll have something to recall. If you don't, think about it. Think about how fighters are fighting, how they fight inside the ring, how they live outside the ring. Ones that might be willing to do a little bit more, but that's why people want to see them, because they willing to. They want to seize the moment. They want to grab it. Some of the best people in life are like that, man. We take chances. We take risks. Calculated risks, calculated chances, but the risk nevertheless. Why I don't see everyone in the chat? I don't know. I hope nobody ain't do nothing, man. Puerto Rican Power. Dude, you probably should have a wrench by now. Body Work, Real Boxing Channel. I love it. I hope we don't got no stragglers, man. Then I have to take away all the wrenches. That's why I ain't want to do it, but we ain't had no problem. You should be able to see everybody in the chat. Body Work, Real Channel. I love it. I be doing research on both Foster and Nova. Somebody had to translate that for me. After Ike Abuchi, I fought Tua. He was never mentally the same. He served 20 plus years. Yeah, my old head. Me and my old head gotta do a segment. You seen that 60 piece that me and my old head did? Pretty much. It's mostly in a way, but it's a lot of fights that we broke down. But we got a segment we got to do about Ike. That's one of his favorite fighters too. He loved anyway, but he loves some Ike Abuchi. He'll talk about him too, man. We got a lot of stories. If y'all want, I can do a live and have him come on and talk to us about it. You know what I'm saying? You can get on too. In Bus Voice, FTO. Yeah. Salute to Coach Mario from Miami. Salute. Larry, you was stuck with the Dark Force, my guy. Trivia Boricua, no fear, bro. You are welcome anytime. Yeah, I walk with no fear, man. I'm not crazy. I'm not stupid, but hey, I go where I want, man. For real. Never had no problems. You come down here, holler. We got you, Body Work. I feel it. I've been all around. I just ain't been there. You know what I'm saying? I've been to Iraq, Korea. I've been everywhere, man. I haven't been to Hawaii or Alaska, but if you name it, I've been there. We all got fighters. I don't like Belonga. Never fear, always cautious. Come down here, bro. Yeah. That's what I'm working towards. Puerto Rican Power. Exit the chat. Open again. I'm just waiting on the announcement because again, let's get down to the real. Ghost, you seen the interview. I didn't really see the interview. You know what I'm saying? I read the article. I was going to bring up a source of an article. You seen it, man. Can you want to come up here and break down what was said in that interview? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like when people take my flavor and so I don't watch certain people, man. I read an article and I do something, but if I know you, have experiences with you, I ain't going to do it. But if you want to come up here and break down what we saw in the interview real quick? You copied the wrong thing in here. That was a lot of characters. Someone's waiting to get this out of here. Let me see. Ghost, if you got a second, man, come up here and break down this interview, man. Okay, so Puerto Rican Power now at work. That's what's up. I'm just making sure. I'm just looking through everything. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Larry Lopez say that anyways this guy also. Larry Lopez, you got a nice little list of boxes, man. I just see you go kind of hard, man. I sometimes I like to see both sides, man. You can't just be out here wearing your knee pads all thin, and then we don't hear you praise or compliment like nobody else, especially on topic. Like I haven't heard Larry Lopez say one positive thing about Subriel Matias, and that's why I'm always like, why are you here? You know what I'm saying? Because we not like, that's the definition of trolling, man. If you come to a place, my bad, Ghost, I ain't see you. You should be up there. Let me see.
You hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
You hear me, bro?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yo, what's up? Body work.
What's happening, man? Break it down for us, man.
Nah, the interview wasn't really like a whole lot. They would just talk about what it was being said between the Haney camp, the Matias camp, about some of the negotiations, and his contract is really 5 fights.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not 3 like we all thought, and it's no guarantee fighters, but they just said they were going to try to make the bigger fights.
Hey, Ghost, hold on real quick. PR Boxer, salute for the $10 holler, man. Come on, let's support body work. See if he come to Puerto Rico to fight Matias. I'm definitely, hey, you know what I'm saying? I just want to get that out, man. That mean a lot, PR Boxing. That mean a lot.
Hey, that's going to be hella fun down there.
Go ahead.
That's going to be hella fun down there in Puerto Rico. For sure. Nah, but it was like,
I think it was 5 fights. I mean, we see what the options are. I questioned 2 of them. I questioned 2 of those names anyway, but I'm like, he betting on himself, and I believe that this is where you become like to where, okay, I'm taking a chance to where once I put this show on this platform, I'm going to perform so well that people they gotta request me. Everybody, I think that he's betting on himself in that manner. You know what I'm saying? Now how Eddie known to finagle, and because I don't see how Andre was over there for all them years. I don't see how Hitchins was over there and he didn't get the love. You know what I'm saying? It's just, if it's not to be made, it's a way that it cannot be made. And that's my only concern. But I think that Matias is doing a good job and actually betting on himself, and the fact that he know once it's his time, whoever they put in the ring, he gonna do his thing. Because you know what I'm saying? I interpreted a little bit of what I saw, but I stopped seeing. I started it, but then I was like, man, ain't it wasn't much for me, man. But I thought maybe
that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't you think maybe the promotions got to do with like the type of fighters the promoters want? Because like for example, PBC, they do really good with boxers. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And like Bob Arum, he likes that come forward type of guy, like the old school. Which it's weird to me because you would think he would sign like a Matias. Because he got Teo. What does Teo do that Matias like don't do? He said Matias was a come forward guy, right? And he couldn't do nothing else. He couldn't cut the ring, he said. That's all he said. But when we saw him fight Ortiz, everything he said about Matias, that's how he looked in the fight. One-dimensional, could not cut off the ring, and didn't have no foot movement. Like he was bad on his feet.
I'm gonna tell you a sad reality, Ghost. The sad reality is he already knows that it's gonna be hard to get guys to get in the ring with him, man. No matter how much they pay, because let's be honest, man. That might, if you
I'm agreeing with you. I think you're gonna have to go.
If you ain't ready, that's why to a certain extent I gotta say I respect Hitchins, because again, I'm not one of them guys that just want to see, You know what I'm saying? I have decency. I know that thing, man. I want to see my boy be able to live and see his family. Maybe he might have a son that might go in the box and stuff like that. But he already know he not gonna be able to pay people enough money to get in the ring with that man. You know what I'm saying? It's just if you ain't ready, I don't even want to see you get in there with him for real. I'm just being
And I
real.
haven't seen none of these fighters face pressure like Matias put pressure. None of them has faced that pressure.
It's different because when you go back and you look at what Ergashev was hitting that man with, bro. When you look at what he did, because I even seen him hit him in the stomach, and he stumbled back on the ropes to where maybe if them ropes wasn't there, he was already over his feet. So it was nothing but like it would have just had to be some instincts or some crazy shit to stop him from falling down. He came back and beat the stuffings out of that dude, man. It was like it's almost like it's like playing possum but taking on some damage. It's like, okay, cool, all right. Oh, dang, he hit me with that. Oh, I felt that. Oh, but then when he started chopping at that tree, it's different. The body reaction is different, and it's almost like it looked like it's almost like at one time it's like one punch is what starts it. It's like one punch and it's like, oh, he don't like it there, and once he sensed that, it's on. He like a hornet. It's just he gonna keep boom, bam, bing, bam, and then that's it. So he take a lot of punishment in the beginning, but like the way I'm looking at it is you gotta have some special. You either gotta be boxing and hit him with something that he don't see coming, to where it's just gonna stop him in his tracks or just put him down with the sweet science. But I don't see nobody really being able to chop down on that tree and being able to stop him. Like not none of these names that I'm seeing right now, just to be honest.
Nah, when you talk about that Ergashev fight, like I used to think when I first saw it, it was more like he was off balance on that body shot. But I went back to watch the fight. He was on balance. He just got hit with a clean body shot that pushed him back. Like Ergashev hit him with a strong ass body shot.
Yeah, that was a strong body shot. It was like a right to the breadbasket.
And then Matias got up and Ergashev started throwing them combos, but they were hitting glove first, but they were still snapping Matias' head back like pretty hard.
Yeah,
that was punch. Like you could hear the snap on them things.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said, man. I don't like for his career for the long haul. I don't want him to fight all the time like that, because that's the accumulation, man. Like that's some stuff that'll register later. But he got an iron jaw. But I just believe that if you don't have nothing special that can put his lights out, like even the potential. Like even we talked about this last time. Even if Tio was to get in there with him, the kind of power I've been seeing from Tio, I haven't seen.
It's not holding up.
But
that's not holding up.
Hit with nothing that will be special with that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like Boots. Like, I mean, we talking about a whole nother weight class, but Boots might have that kind of power. Maybe Tank might have that kind of power, but I don't see. It's hard for me to see.
I think Boots definitely got it.
Huh?
Boots definitely got it. I don't know if Tank got it. Like, do Tank punch harder than Ergashev though? Really? Ergashev way bigger, has 20 KOs also out of 23 fights.
That's something we can't really compare. I'm just saying, as far as
that's true,
being able to translate and not and always showing that, hey, yeah, if I catch you right and clean the way I box, because you ain't. It's not just the power. It's
Tank's a really good counter puncher
the
too.
Timing and the power. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, because Tank might not. Let's just say one of them bigger guys like a 47. Tank might not hit just as hard as a 47. But the fact that you don't see it coming and the speed and the time in which you hit it, you're gonna go down. It's gonna fuck you up because you don't see it. That's what I'm talking about.
That is true. That is true. Tank got really good timing, and he's really good at countering, which people like oversee that sometimes. Like Tank got one of the nastiest knockouts. That uppercut he got on who was it? Was it Leo Santa Cruz that he knocked out with an uppercut?
Yeah.
The way he set up that shot was beautiful. Like I would not doubt he could catch Matias with one of those. That's true what you're saying on the timing, the counter punch, and the power.
Because even the announcer was saying, man, if Tank thinks he just gonna, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how it is. And And to a certain extent, Matias kind of got some of that too, because it's like, oh, I don't think he want to take. It's like, oh, he's hurt, and then it's just like that, because that's what I was talking about in the beginning of this video. It's risk versus risk adverse, and a lot of boxers, it's a risk. Like, yeah, if you miss and you get countered, it might be a wrap for you. But if you never take that chance, you're not gonna grow to where fans are gonna clamor and be like, when is he fighting? Take my money. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between winning fights and being successful like an Andre Ward, and then being a superstar like Floyd. Like, it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can win and finesse, and you know what I'm saying, and kind of like tiptoe and stuff like that. But the risk takers, the ones that can separate themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about the Ben Whitaker guy. He blowing up, and it's like, yeah, we don't know what that guy record is. But as he grow up and he move up and he do what he's supposed to do, people are gonna be like, who is this guy? I want to see that. You just gotta do that against the best, which is a tall task, but that's what we want to see. Like, our boxers take risk.
Nah, and that's also the problem. Like, a lot of these boxers ain't willing to take the risk and fight the best. Like, I see a lot of these fights, they just pulling guys up from like a division lower, or bringing a guy down from division higher with a rehydration clause. Like, bro, fight the people in your weight class that is ranked, your mandatories, and the champions. None of them are doing that. They're not talking about unifying the division. The only one I see doing that is Matias so far.
Yes.
Everybody else, like, I don't see Devin Haney out his own mouth called out Matias. I've never heard him talk about him.
It's
only person I heard was really Barbosa and Gary Antoine. They the only two that spoke out of their mouth.
Listen, that's why I went off of that
And
one.
Hitchins.
Listen, look, that's why I went off that one definition, man. Like, they're willing. It says risk averse investors seek low investments. This Ryan Garcia fight, that's a prime example. They're not willing to accept a lower rate of return. He's willing to accept, like, oh yeah, it might not be the biggest, the best, as long as I can skate by, because they're trying to preserve the capital. Listen, if the wrong person get a hold of Devin Haney, like a Subriel Matias, they already know it's going to be damaged goods, man. They know that.
Yeah, they're trying to get them pay-per-view numbers with Ryan first.
So my whole thing is, like, stop playing with it. Just say, look, man, we ain't ready. I would respect that. Like, with Richardson and Hitchins, like, we don't like it. We like, oh, okay, well, it's a clear duck. Like, you can't acknowledge that, but he's acknowledging and say, all right, well, look, I'm gonna go fight Gustavo Lemo. So I'm gonna come back. I will fight him, but not right now. At least he was vocal. Devin acting like, oh, he ducked me. Oh, they ain't never do this. Oh, he wanted too much money. Oh, he pulled his card by going over there to Matchroom. You know what I'm saying? Having Matchroom in the zone. So that means no matter where he go, he got it, unless he skedaddle over at the top ring. He pulled his card for real, but only thing I wanted Devin Haney to do was just admit and say, hey, look, I'm not ready. The same way Hitchins said, hey, I'm not ready. Gary Russell, the only one I ain't here say he ain't ready, but he got to have something to offer, and I don't know where he's at. I think we're waiting on the PBC thing, but a lot of people say that maybe that might be the best fight. I hear a couple people saying Kenneth Sims Jr. I don't know.
Don't Gary got a fight coming up? I heard like 2 months ago he had a fight coming up.
I think they holding it close to the vest. You know what I'm saying? I go to certain places and see certain things. So when I see it come out in an article, a peer review,
I think he shouldn't fight Matias because he don't be active enough to fight somebody like Matias.
Who,
I
Gary?
think that would do him a lot of bad. Gary don't be active enough.
Well, he was at one point, but I think he's, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? He's not on the menu though. My whole concern with him is that, look, we're looking at T.O., we're looking at the winner of Rolly and Ryan, we know, but he still kind of got them trapped because they on Golden Boy. So he could realistically, because the deal is with either or Matchroom and the Zone, from my understanding. Is that your understanding?
Yeah.
Okay, so Matchroom and the Zone, so he kind of got them trapped, so they can play their little reindeer games. They can play hide and go seek and ring around the roses. Let them handle each other. So whoever come out after that, which I hope, in my heart of hearts, I hope it's Cruz, because I think if it's Cruz will try to fight Matias. I think Cruz got it in him to try to do it. I think he'll
That's
do
what I said.
Legacy Rolly. I don't think he'll get in there with Matias. That's just me, though.
Hey, what do you think about PBC? All like Matias going to the PBC promoters and saying, "I want all your 140." Like to me, that was disrespectful, and they came back with a whole bunch of 147 and 154, and you got a 140 champion on Rolly.
Because they were limited in what they can actually offer, and they already know that Rolly, the fact that he got to defend that belt, they don't really have no control over who he got to defend it with. So they really couldn't.
I don't even think they believe Rolly going to that.
Huh?
I don't think they even believe Rolly going to be Cruz.
But they couldn't guarantee that they could give him Rolly or whatever, because Barroso, that whole that O'Hara Davies, that whole situation would have to pan out, so they could say, yeah, we'll serve you Rolly, but he got people in front of you. And so he's like, well, shoot, we'll take this because, you know, Boots got a belt, Stanionis is a good name, but then that's putting the onus, like my man said the other day on that one live we did, where he's saying, man, that's putting a lot of pressure on him when he should be able to get them guys at 140 in there. So he kind of closed it off. He kind of closed the block off in a roundabout way. I mean, because once he get that Devin, if he get that Devin piece, he already got the Rolly, or the winner of Rolly and Cruz. They on the zone. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is Dave going to sign with Matchroom though?
Who?
Devin. Isn't his last fight Ryan's fight?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so he was so willing to be over there. Eddie kind of built him. He went and got undisputed with ESPN, and now he back with Eddie. If he leave when it's a unification right there, when he was so eager to get it on with Regis, we already know what's up. I mean, we already know what's up now. But like I say all the time, we got to put a benchmark right here, and we got to be present, since all of our historians are stuck like 30, 40 years in the past, and they don't want to document what's going on right now. We got to do it.
At this point, and Liam Paro isn't even like the next Matias fight. He said on the interview that he knows he got a fight coming up. He just don't know who his opponent is yet. Yeah. Because Eddie's trying to make big fights.
We didn't get anything. That's what I was saying, man. That's why I said, man, I was gonna go with this article I got. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, man, I didn't get anything. That's why I just stopped watching. I was like, man, ain't no flavor.
Yeah, they didn't confirm that. Yeah, they didn't confirm
there ain't nothing to it. It's just the same. Like, we already knew this. We knew, like, we pretty much knew everything. Except for we didn't know 5. We thought 3. You know what I'm saying? We thought 3. Now we know it's 5. But like, that might be that could be good or bad. That could be good or bad.
I believe out of all the big names, out of all the big names that has been out there so far, I'm really leaning towards Hitchins taking the risk first than any of the champs.
We'll see.
At this point, he's the only one out of all of them that mentions him. And Barbosa too.
Barbosa will. Yeah, Barbosa will. He got skills, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I would have liked.
I just don't think he got the power.
I would have liked to see Elvis Rodriguez. I think with a fight, he gotta have a get back fight. But to be honest, man, I think, sad enough, man, I think the same thing that Boots is waiting. Boots is sitting there waiting on food that's coming up from 40 to go to 47. And I think that Matias, in all honesty, it's going to be one of them guys at 35, because if you look at the landscape of 35, they can't do but so much down there at 35 before some of them boys, they're getting big, and some of them boys are already cinching down. So they're going to be forced to move up. There's going to be somebody that's going to grab their cojones, man, and come up there and want to see that, man. It's going to be somebody that want to, be great. So I think they all waiting on food unless they all move up, which we shouldn't have to do, but unless they all move up, man, that's just really what it looks like.
I really think Matias is going to move up at this point. I wouldn't mind the Boots versus Matias fight. I think that fight would be great, actually.
Yeah, I like it.
At this point, nobody want to fight none of them. Like, they should just go ahead and face each other.
That's what I say. I say, man, they would help themselves. But I mean, a lot of people be saying, because I get mixed reviews on the whole Boots thing. I sat here earlier and saw a video that somebody did who says that they know that Bud would just beat the dog crap out of Boots. But then they say, we all know that Boots has phenomenal talent. I'm like, well, you can't be easy work and then also high risk, low reward at the same time. Like, I mean, we throw a lot of these cliches around and things.
They contradict themselves.
Huh?
They contradict themselves.
Right. I'm like, man, I don't understand. Like me, I'm like, man, look, I don't ever want to come across as one of these dudes that feel like they're harder than the boxers. Like, that's what they do for a living. I just know that I'm not soft, but the way I see it is, you can't be in my division and everybody be saying that you're like great and you want to see me. It's not like you playing games like you don't want to see me, like you not trying to go see me, but then I call you easy work and I'm not going to take you out like the trash like right away, like right away. It's easy work.
Come take my belt then.
Right, if it's easy work, like that's why I think we embellish and over. It's like it's the social media, man. That's why we got to keep the energy. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. We got to keep the energy and the focus on those who want that smoke, those who are really like in tune with what the fans want, willing to give it. Like, yeah, like it's some compromise and like, yeah, it might not be like right away, but we know that that's what your intentions are. Like, barring life circumstances and things that happen in some games that promoters play and stuff like that, we know your intentions are this. And we always know what to expect when you show up. It's like, that's why we go to our favorite restaurants, because every time when they on their A game, you know exactly what you get. That's all we want.
Nah, they be so focused on talking like big game, and they forget that the shit they saying, they not backing it up. Like, you calling this dude easy work, he's a champ. He don't beat KO everybody his face, and he's called you out too multiple times. And you calling him trash but not doing nothing about it, bro. You looking bad yourself. Like, they embarrass themselves.
I don't get it, man, because then it's like I don't get it, man. I hear a lot of stuff now to where people be saying, oh well, it's almost like we might as well, because you say this person is just that good, let's just give him the belt and let's just pay him all the money now. Let's just all cash out him you know what I'm saying? What, like, it's like you gotta show us. And it's weird, man, because a lot of people older than myself, it's a lot of OGs, it's a lot of people that's talking funny, man. I'm just like, man, stop me, man. Like, hey, if y'all know how I am now, the minute I start stepping off, like, cause I done supported and been behind and told a lot of people, hey, you need to start yours, and now they some of the nicest people out there and they changed. I don't even rock with them, but the minute I start doing that, the minute you start seeing me change from what you know about me right now to something else, pull me to
you accountable.
Yeah, hold me accountable. Like, nah, body, like, nah, man, that ain't, like, dog, what's wrong? Check my temperature. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's facts. And it's sad you see all these people, like, they sometimes, like you said, older than us, and they be talking like, oh, back then in our days, we used to do the talk and the walk. Bro, you defending dudes that's doing the talk and none of the walk, bro. What you talking about?
Like, all these excuses, it's like, but you justify. That's what I'll be saying. I'm like, look, I don't want to be rude. I try to respect my elders, but like, make it make sense, and they can't. It's just another goalpost move, man. It be goalpost. Yeah. It's a shame. I'm like, what do we? It's like, man, a lot of time we condone. We don't know, man. We don't know that the stuff that we condone in real time is going to lead to something later. Like, we might not see the results, but because I was always saying, look, I said, man, y'all gonna let, because I took a lot of hit. My stuff didn't grow for the longest time. For talking about Canelo and the moves. When I was looking at it straight up, I said, man, look at these moves. I said, let's take the name away. Let's just look at the action. And I would get shot down. Oh, you just a hater. I'm like, man, anybody else, they would be like flambéed. Like, we'd be having them over some fava beans and a nice Chianti right now. Like, we'd be making brisket out of their ass right now. But we're gonna let him do it, and a lot of people are gonna see that and want to do it. So think about this. We get a lot of people that want to be like Mayweather. They want the praise like Mayweather. Even though they're not doing what Mayweather did, inside or outside the ring, they want that praise and they're not willing to do what he do. Now people are wanting to be like Canelo, but not willing to do even the things that he was able to do. But when the behavior started, I said, we gotta stop this. If we don't, it's young people looking up and saying, oh, well, if he did it, then it's just like, think about this. This is the last one I'm gonna say. Think about this. When Devin pulled that move that I said he pulled, because that was a duck of Shakur. I don't care. That was a duck in my book. When he did that, they turned around and tried to say that it was different when Frank did it. I said no. Listen, you got to look at it circumstantial. Frank had an opportunity to get to a belt like straight up. He had already, his team, people who already know the business and all that above him, had already accepted it. It was they know better. They know more business than him. They know more about business than him. That was like your first meal, regardless of what they taking out. Because if they were taking out whatever they were taking out for $250, they can take out whatever they were taking out for a meal. It's still increasing a shot at the belt. They tried to say it was the same thing. I said, no, man. No, it's not the same thing, man. Shakur, by his right, he went over here and said, hey, I'm going to dictate this. I'm going to let them dictate that, and let's get it. Devin was just like, fuck it, you can have my belt. That's different than you being on the hook saying, all right, I got this bread. Like my team saying, all right, I got this bread. We about to go get it on. And I say, oh, no, man, you got to pay me more than that, and I leave. So the behaviors that we condone, when we let people get away with things, other people say it and they use it. Just like in the court of law. They'll reference something old or a case that actually happened, and they'll say, oh, no, with Roe v. Wade, this is what happened, and they'll justify it. That's the same thing. They'll say, oh, no, because when Canelo did this, or when Bud did that, and that's how the bullshit starts.
Yeah, they try to justify everything because somebody else did it. Bro, be your own man. Don't look at what somebody do. It's your legacy, bro. It's your business.
That's it.
Whatever you do is what's going to be used against you, not whatever he did. He's his own man. You're your own man, bro. Like, I don't like that stuff, bro. I just really don't. But a lot of fans don't see it because they too focused on defending their fighters and discrediting others instead of looking at the bullshit their own fighters be doing. Because every fighter be doing bullshit, you feel me? It's just about seeing it and not like just because he's your favorite fighter, you're going to ignore that shit completely. Which is sad, but it's part of the sport right now.
Yeah, I show my frustrations whenever I don't see any one of the fighters that I rock with. Everybody know who my favorite fighter is, Larry. But that's that sidebar stuff. That's that sidebar stuff. Like, look, we all want to see the best fights. Some of us act like we got business in, some of us don't. Some of us just run with stuff. And if you was Zombie and you refuse to recognize the facts, you would already know, because everybody keeps saying this 25%. There was never no 25%. And that's the last time I'm gonna say that. But like now, I'm seeing more Larry Lopez in my comment section than anybody else, and that's not good. This ain't even about your boy, like always. But you got to show your true colors.
Now, some of this business, some of these fighters want to do business like, oh, I want to get paid $5 million, and he want to get paid $5 million because they both think they're A-side. Bro, none of y'all sell more than like 500K pay-per-views. So in the business aspect, your revenue is not creating the money that y'all want to get paid. Like, why y'all got this fake expectations on your own self? Like, the numbers don't lie. Like, you can't get paid more than like what you don't produce. It's still a business at the end of the day.
And see, the fact that you understand that, they know that. They'll just this is the part of gaslighting where they'll act like they don't know that. It's like, man, like, look, man, when you look at the sales versus what the purses are, what your man's gonna want, it don't make sense. It's not disrespectful. It's just common business sense. And they're not gonna sit up there and forego having, that's just like anybody running their own business. I got a stupid profit line. Like, yeah, I'm not breaking my back, but I got a stupid profit line. You think I'm gonna cut my profit margin in any kind of percentage just to accommodate you because you think you can do what I do better and we can do something together? It's like, no, I'm not gonna cut you in unless, when it's cost emotional, they don't ever really do that unless the money is just so much to where all parties win, and it's a no-brainer. But people act like they don't understand that. Whenever it's enough money and it's a big enough fight, it's always a no-brainer.
It's no problem with the fight when it's enough money.
It's never a problem. That be the thing, because people be wanting and asking and thinking, you know, I could go to another name. Like when another name stood up somebody else and they went and took another fight and they was alleged doing something. When you look at the numbers, it's like mathematically, how were they able to pull it off? And everybody was just so excited that this one person got paid that they didn't really look at it like, well, if that happened over and over again, the business of boxing will fall flat on its face. And it's happening because you still got piracy and new ways where people are still in the fights and figuring out ways how to maneuver, and the prices are going up. The minute the boxers see this boxer got that, they feel like, oh, I want that too. So we don't get the fights. They be over marinated. But it's because we act like we don't understand that it's business and we echo the wrong thing. Like me, I'm the type to where, unless it's like blatantly flagrant, you know what I'm saying, I'm not really going to point it out. I'll give you a pat. I'm not going to be the one to like air it out and make you look dumb and stupid. But if it come across and it's in a line of things that's going to progress the sport, I'll speak on it. I'll try to do it responsibly. I ain't going to just shit on you. But when you try to piss on my head and tell me it's raining, that's when we got a problem. That's when I'm like, hold on, man. This don't make business sense. This does not add or push the sport forward to where we'll still have boxing if these moves continue to pursue or ensue. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta nip it in the bud. Like, sometimes we gotta put our foot down and say, look, man, we rock with how they fight. We love their style, but that's not realistic, and that's not what we want. Period.
That's what I've been saying. Like, they be hiding behind the money so bad, and sometimes it's like a person knows about like how to, like, they gotta lose a little bit of knowledge about money. You will understand it makes no sense the type of money they be asking for, or the type, like, you're asking for 20 million, bro. I don't remember last time you fought on a pay-per-view, bro. Like, come on, how your dad gonna ask this dude for 20 million? You're not even worth that to any company.
Yeah, because we know what it is now. We just gotta be consistent and keep putting benchmarks. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully that'll just get popular, man. Where we put benchmarks out and we put our foot down and we stand firm, and enough people get along and start saying, nah, man, no. We're gonna starve that bullshit, and we're gonna put our attention over here on this man who we know ain't just taking our money, man. This man, he gonna give us a good fight. We get to actually see what we getting, because even now, there's certain fighters. Listen, if tell me if I'm lying, or tell me if I'm being illogical. You got two fighters in your top 10 pound for pound, meaning that right now, top 10 pound for pound. If a fight could be made between them two, they in the top 10, and it's a cardinal sin for you to ask one of them to fight the other one. That's a problem to me.
And if they buy fighters, you better be able to like fight whoever is on your division. It don't matter what. Business is business at the end of the day. If you don't like it, what you in the sport for? That's how I would see it. But a lot of these promoters too scared of losing a fighter.
That's the other thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. I just, you know what I'm saying? What do you think, like, in your heart of hearts? Because I'm gonna wrap it up, man. But in your heart of hearts, man, do you have a warm and fuzzy about this deal with Matchroom in the Zone? Like, overall, like, how do you feel about Eddie? How do you feel about Subriel going in? And do you think that it's going to be light at the end of the tunnel with this? You think it's an overall good deal?
I think it was the best deal out there. Now, how I feel about Eddie, we've seen him do like good things and bad things. You feel me? You can never like trust their words, because they're gonna do what's better for their pockets at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I do think they're gonna give Matias at least like some top contenders. Like by both sides, I think we're gonna see that. I think we're gonna see Hitchins. I think we're gonna see Prograis maybe. Haney, I don't know. Maybe Rolly, because Rolly got that Mexican heart. Like, he really from there. Like, he got no duck in him, in my opinion. Maybe at 135 with Tank. Well, not Tank. some of these fighters of the fights he was supposed to make, but he
You
didn't do.
saying Cruz or Rolly?
I think Cruz might give him the chance to Matias.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you said Rosie. Okay, but you were talking about Cruz. That's how I see it. That's like, you know, Rolly. As a person, I kind of Rolly is funny. He's a character, you know what I'm saying. But as far as like the one I think that's serious, I believe if Cruz win it, I think he gonna be, on some. I want to unify. I want, you know what I'm saying. I think he's more legacy. I think Rolly, he kind of figured out the game. He know that he can be able to create a bag some kind of way. So I kind of question it. But look, I know one thing. I know one thing. Look,
what was you saying?
I know this. This is what I know.
Hold on, because I'm getting called.
Okay. Well, this is what I do know.
Nah, go ahead.
Salute to everybody in the building. But this is what I do know. I think that they're gonna take care of him financially. So I know at least, you know what I'm saying, he's getting what he's worth. I like the fact that he's betting on himself, and I think that, he will be pay-per-view. He's gonna be a pay-per-view guy. I think that maybe some of these styles will allow him to actually get, you know what I'm saying, the notoriety. Maybe some of these guys can actually test him over there. And we never know until they all fight what'll happen. But I know he's getting taken care of financially. And hopefully he will. Again, my whole thing, just like my old head said, we want the man to be able to actually unify. It'll be a damn shame if he just going over there just to be a defense. Just for one night, if somebody like all the way up on their game like Kambosos was when he fought Tio. You know what I'm saying? Just having to slip one. Just
that would be a shame, man.
I hope that the man get a chance to actually unify, and he's not being put over there to be like, all right, well, I'm gonna have him come over there, you know what I'm saying, and I'm gonna hold him over here tight. You go over here and do what you gotta do over there, and then whenever that don't pan, because these kind of things happen, man. We can't act like people don't get put up on the shelf or deals happen to keep certain things from happening or certain people. Even in the league, man, somebody might draft somebody that they know another team league just to kind of keep them away. Somebody might pull somebody off of somebody's like practice squad just so that because they know the chances of that position getting hurt is going to be great. Pull them off the practice squad just so that when they go to their reserve, they don't got none. It happens, man. It's a competitive sport, and things like that happen for the long haul. So I give.
I'm gonna sign that man. So I'm gonna sign that man. So you sign your man, and then I'm gonna let him go. Yeah, that be happening. That's true. It's part of the business right there.
But yeah, I appreciate you coming on. You wanna wrap up anything, man? What you think about tomorrow?
Oh, tomorrow's the fights, right?
Yeah, Shockey and Nova. And Shushu.
I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know much about them. I'm not like hype on none of those fighters, but
okay.
I'm gonna take a look at it to see, how it is and shit.
All right, Ghost. Well, thanks for coming on, man, and keep doing that body work out here, man.
Hey, same, man. Salute to you in the chat.
All right, man. Let's see. Let me try to get to a couple comments, man. I'm gonna shut it down. Let me see. Eddie's our Cruz. As long as the deal goes as far as the guaranteed 5 fights is a great deal. Now, I hope there wasn't a set price on his contract. They just signed with DAZN. PBC was trying to feed him boots in it. Yeah. Clearly, the organization are protecting their source of income, which are cash cows and their promoters. They're going to do everything to prevent losing. Uga. Salute, Uga, for coming through. Supernova's picking Garcia over Haney. It's not too far-fetched. I think Haney shuts out Garcia. You can't sleep on Ryan. Supernova next champion. Koki say body work. Foster the real deal. I like Foster, man. I'm big on old Shacky, man. Another great live. Salute. Nova is the real deal. And I'm gonna go back up, man. I didn't mean to miss anybody. Matias said if you want to put your money on Devin, I'm going to make you lose that money. Yeah, I seen a glimpse of that too. PR boxing. When the last time 10 unified, Matias 20 with 21 KOs. Hopefully. But yeah, we had another good live, y'all. Man, I definitely appreciate y'all, man. The ones who hit my super chat, I definitely appreciate it, man. We growing, man. We are growing, man. The numbers are doing well. Never underestimate the power of influence. You know what I'm saying? Always be yourself. Always try to bring something different to the table. And like I said, man, sometimes you got to take risks. Calculated risk, nevertheless. But you got to take risks. You know what I'm saying? Because life is like boxing, man. There's ups and downs, there's highs and lows. Salute Cookie Monster. You know what I'm saying? I think she came on first super chat. JDL came through. We had a lot of people come through, man. And always appreciate the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I try to have something of substance when I come out. And I try to like have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? You can get yours off if you have something. If you see one of my videos and you agree, if you have any ideas or if you want to collab on anything, always let me know. You know what I'm saying? All my Gmails are always in the description. My Instagram is always in the description. And like I said, man, all subscribers matter here. And this is like our platform. I try to engage, read comments and talk and all that and try to bring something different from the game. And again, I'm not here to combat what everybody else say. I'm not here to like rain on anybody else's parade. I'm just here to give you my perspective, an alternative perspective. I'm not boxing monogamous. You know what I'm saying? But I am monogamous to the sport of boxing. And I just try to provide something different. You know what I'm saying? Here in the game. But like always, man, we family. Salute to the 300. It's always a good time. Thanks for tuning in here at Bodywork Boxing. We don't take things for face value. We do that body work. He
didn't want to box. He wanted to actually prove that he could punch with you. He was like, what the fuck is this nigga, right? Oh, okay. You want to go to sleep. You tired.
Welcome